There we go. Hello, everybody. Um, Welcome to Twin Cities THC. Welcome to this page that I started about education and advocacy and um, trying to just change the whole image, kind of cannabis. Um, from that, oh man, I'm a stoner vibe to this is something that could drastically help and drastically change a lot of people's lives, and something that I think is extremely beneficial for every animal that's on the planet, your dogs, your cats, and us humans. um, I started Twin Cities THC because it's been a miracle for myself. It's been a huge life-changing thing for me. Um, I want to do a video about myself. I'm going to do that later. I don't want to do that now. Right now I want to smoke a bowl and just kind of talk about what my plans are for Twin Cities THC and why I started it and where I want it to go. So, cheers. Hopefully, if you want to smoke, you can go ahead and smoke with me. If not, it's whatever you want to do. All right. So, like I said, I don't know. Some of you might know me. Some of you might not know me. My name is Adam. 28 years old. I started this Twin Cities THC because I have stomach issues. Currently diagnosed with IBS. I've gone in for a lot of testing that has come back inconclusive. So the last time I had health insurance was like 2 years ago. That's just kind of what we came across, is that I just have a severe case of IBS. And what that kind of means, or what that kind of means for me, and what happens with me is I have pain in my stomach in the same exact spot every day. No matter what I do, no matter what I eat, no matter how I try to change my life in any which way, it's there. When I don't have cannabis, it's kind of debilitating. I don't want to say completely debilitating, because it's not. There's definitely worse situations out there than what I have for myself, but I've lost jobs over it because I simply just couldn't leave the bathroom. I've made a lot of friends really mad because it's something that I've been shy about my whole life. I haven't really talked to anybody about my digestive issues because I feel like it's always been a personal thing. But I want to be as open as I can be about why I use. So I wake up in the morning at 4:30 because my stomach hurts. Usually 4:35, somewhere around there. 5:15 at the latest is the latest I've ever woken up. I wake up at 4:35 every day with the same pain in my stomach. I sit on the toilet for probably about an hour and a half every day. I try to allow my body to just be my body at first, and then when it just gets to be too painful, or I'm too exhausted to really deal with it, then I smoke, and it just completely goes away. Completely goes away. But so I wake up every day, my stomach hurts, and then until I smoke, or if I don't smoke, my stomach will hurt all day to the point where I'm hunched over in a van, hunched over in a car. I say van because I work outside doing auto blast for my main job, and that requires me being on the road a lot, which is nice for me to be able to work on my own. When I do have issues, I'm able to just stop and take the extra 15-20 minutes I need to just let my stomach kind of work itself out if it does. Otherwise, I just kind of deal with it. But my stomach will hurt all day if I don't smoke until I get home. And then I get home and I'm in the bathroom again. And, as soon as I get home, that's the first place that I go to. It's so much so it's kind of a joke between me and my girlfriend. Like, stay in there for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, but it's still in pain. It just doesn't ever feel like I'm gonna stop going. So I kind of have to force myself to stop, even if I'm not ready, which causes me to shit my pants a lot, which is really embarrassing. So usually I'll be in the bathroom until I force myself to stop, and then I get out. Kind of have 20 minutes of just hanging around time. I'd smoke if I can to feel better, but that's what happens. That's my stomach problems. It's just kind of been an everyday thing for me for 6 years now. It's been like the way that I described. Before that, I would try to self-medicate with Imodium, which just caused a whole array of other issues that I'm not going to go into. So, I had this horrible thing all the time where I was just in pain. And one day my brother was like, dude, just smoke, and he handed me a 1E while we were working. And I was just at the point where I wanted to try anything, so I smoked it. And immediately I felt better. Matter of a minute and a half, 2 minutes, I was feeling my stomach didn't hurt anymore. I was hungry. I was able to eat something. I was able to eat during the day because I was really, for the longest time, infamous for just eating sandwiches, which probably isn't the best for you either, but it was the only thing that made my stomach hurt less. It wasn't extremely acidic, which anything acidic would make my stomach hurt worse. It wasn't very spicy, so it didn't have a lot of peppers or peppercorns in it, which would get stuck in my intestines, which causes problems and pain. So I just eat sandwiches all the time. This was finally I was able to eat other things. Thank God. Sandwiches get really old, but smoking every day, especially in the morning, is the greatest thing ever. I feel more motivated. I feel more ready to go. I feel like I'm untouchable, kind of. I'm still down to earth. I'm not on speed going, I can do this. But I feel great. I feel good, ready to go, energized. I don't feel weak. I don't feel that drain that I felt every day. And I want to be able to share that with people. I want to be able to show people that this isn't horribly bad plan. That this is something that we just kind of have to change our whole idea on what our pharmaceuticals are doing, and go back to a more natural way. And that's why I started Twin Cities THC, is I have had these horrible pains most of my life. I saw and noticed the change and the difference in in myself since using, and I want to be able to give that to other people. I see a lot of people struggling with anxiety and depression and uh, issues with their stomachs, just like myself, that could greatly benefit from cannabis. That just think that it's just this negative plant and that it's a drug, and I want to be a helper in changing some people's minds so they can finally see the kind of thing that I see and the kind of thing that millions of other people in the US have seen, where it just is a life-changing experience. Getting away from the being high side of it, CBD, the non-psychoactive component of it, does amazing things for people, and not a lot of people know about CBD, and there's not a lot of really good education out there for these things that's really getting to people. Even when I was just a stoner, before I started all of this, before I really started doing any of my research in it, it was kind of difficult to learn anything about it. It was difficult to figure anything out, even with a Google search. It was overwhelming, and a lot of my friends didn't know anything, so I just want to be able to give the information that's out there to people, and I want to be able to help and assist with that. And then once that's done, I want to be able to form a community of people that have had their lives changed with cannabis, and be able to give them the medications that they need, and design for them medications specifically for that person. I don't want just here's just wipe it all away. Here's everything I can give you. I want to be able to work with a person, find what works best for them, and have an individual strain that person can go to, and feel better about their lives, and feel better about just everything, and feel the amazing change that I've felt. I just want to be able to form a community of people that are like-minded like me. I want to be able to just change the overall environment in the cannabis industry, because from the things that I hear from a lot of people in Colorado and California is, Big Man has taken over a lot of the dispensaries. Money is a huge motivator in this industry, not trying to help people. And that is my biggest problem with the industry, is that there's people out there that are just money hungry. And yeah, they are seeing benefits people are seeing benefits from cannabis, but people shouldn't be profiting off of that where they're making millions of dollars. That's gross to me. I want to be able to take that money and put it back into the community. I don't want to take it away from the community. I want to help people. That's the reason why I started this. That's the reason why I'm driven to this. My main motivator personally is deep down, my mom's got black mold in her house. Working the job that I'm working, I'm never going to be able to get her out of that house. There's nothing that I can do. They're in over their heads on the loan. They owe more than what it's worth by far, because there's black mold in the house. The roof is falling apart. The things aren't, it would take a lot to be able to change it all out without just tearing it down and completely rebuilding a new house. Is kind of what needs to be done. The electricity is so outdated. The basement floods. They have black mold throughout the basement. They have black mold coming from the upstairs to the downstairs. It's not good. And I'm sorry I'm putting your house on blast like this, Mom. It's not your fault that things get old with time. That's what happens, and you worked a lot for us to be in the positions that we're in. So I would like to be able to work a lot to get you in a position that you should be in, or my mom should be in. And, I think cannabis is that way because it's greatly affected my life in a positive way. I want it to be able to affect her life in a positive way. I want to get her out of that fucking house. I want to get her into a house that she deserves. I want to be able so that they have they're able to retire. A lot of people aren't able to retire, and I want to be able to give that to other people so that their parents can have the same thing. Because, our parents do a lot of time focusing in on us. How often do we spend our time focusing on our parents? How much can we do for them? Not a lot. There's people that, even now, I'm 28, there's people still living at their parents' house. They're 33. How are they helping their parents out? How are they going to help their parents? I'm not like dogging on them. I understand. I completely understand why the world is the way it is. Student loans, people pay more per month on their student loans than I pay for rent. How are they going to get a house? How are they going to get their own place? Especially when a lot of jobs don't hire people out of college. They want somebody with experience. So then they don't have the experience, so then they just sit on their degrees. That's what's happening right now. I want to be able to try to change that around. I want to be able to try to set it up so that people that need help can get the actual help that they need, and do it on a small scale, on a local scale. Help. Honestly, I want to help my mom out first, but I want to be able to help everybody's mom out. Anybody that's in that situation, any single moms out there, any single dads out there, anybody that needs the help. I want to be able to use the money from the cannabis industry and put it back into the people, because that's the right thing to do, I think. I don't think the right thing to do is have 3 giant houses. I don't think the right thing to do is completely market on the profitability of the product, because it's not about the product. You need to have good product. That's the case, but it's about the people, and it's about the people that it can help, and it's about the way that it helps the people. And I think if as long as I stay true to that, and as long as I keep Twin Cities THC about the Twin Cities, about the people of the area, about the people of the environment, and about the people that it helps, I think it can really go places. And I think that sort of mentality is what the world needs, honestly. We've had enough of people out there being profit-seeking. There's enough Land Rovers in the world. There's enough $100,000 cars in the world. We don't need more. We need people that are driving these rusted down, crappy cars that they just need a hand. Some people just need a hand. We're stuck in crappy situations for whatever reasons. I have rotted teeth in the back of my mouth. It's going to cost me personally about $8,000 to fix. If I start feeling pain at any point, which I'm lucky, and all the dentists are astonished that I don't feel pain, I wonder why. But that's 10 grand I definitely am going to have to shell out on my teeth. I've had heart problems that I was thankfully on unemployment at the time, so I was able to go through the state and get all my heart issues figured out. And I've had these gastrointestinal issues the vast majority of my life that I should be getting checked out, and I should be getting monitored, and I should be getting watched. But man, I can't. If anything were to happen to me, if I were to get into a car accident, that's from somebody that didn't have insurance. Like, some people get into car accidents with people that don't have insurance. They're screwed. There's $20,000, $30,000 in medical bills that now they can't do the things they dream about. Now they can't do the things that they want. And that bothers me to a core, that there's people out there on $1 million yachts while there's somebody's mother driving around in an 88 Toyota Camry with the windshield's rusted out, and if she got into an accident, she would fly out. That drives me nuts. That drives me absolutely mad. And that's something that I want to change, and that's something that I need to change, and that's something that I just think with this, with cannabis, it can do. That's why I'm here. All out there. That's why I'm here. That's what I want to do. Spread knowledge, spread the education that this is something that can change, and spread a mentality that can hopefully change the world. This is not about me. It has nothing to do with me. Granted, it helps me. The only thing I want out of it for me is just to have my smoke be cheaper, and then be able to get people their smoke for cheap. It's $200, $100 a week that I spend on smoke. That's a lot of money. But I mean, it's a necessary evil almost. You know, I need it. I don't need it, but it makes my life drastically better, and it's going to make the lives of other people drastically better. And it's just something that it should be done this way. So, you know, anybody that's on a profiteering thing, do you go out, get what you need done. But I'm not out for that. Twin Cities THC is not out for that. I am, and my company is. I want to help. I want to be able to get things back the way that it should. People with these horrible situations that have happened to them, I want to be able to get them back to doing the things that they dream about. I think that'll change. That'll change if I can keep this going, and if I can keep doing it. You know, I got mad respect for everybody that's in the industry right now. There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing people doing amazing things. Like I said before, Minnesota for veterans for cannabis, the Minnesota pro legalization or for full legalization. There's people that are trying to get into Senate and trying to get into positions in our government that are pro cannabis. Like, all of you are doing amazing things. All of you I look up to on such huge levels. You're paving the way, and you're doing great things for the cannabis industry. We just have to make sure that the Minnesota nice stays in our cannabis community, and we don't have just those profit mongering, ruthless business people ruining something that's so amazing, this counterculture of cannabis. And this everybody I've met in the cannabis, I've never felt so welcome and so like cared for, that it's so amazing, that I want to be able to keep that going and try to keep that atmosphere and keep that environment. Because really, like, Minnesota and potheads are so, or Minnesotans and potheads are so similar. That passive aggressiveness, that the oh sorry, oh sorry, you know, whatever, the Fargo accent, stuff like that. I'm horrible at it, I'm sorry. But you know, the niceness is there. It's the same. You know, we're all in this together, and I think we can all do this together if we all maintain the same mindsets and the same, you know, like, drive behind it. As long as we have good intent, we can keep this amazing community going, and we can grow it, and we can continue to grow it, and we just have to finally show ourselves to the people. Finally have to introduce ourselves and be just as nice to the people that don't smoke as we are to the people that do smoke. You know, that moment when somebody's like, oh, do you smoke? And you're like, smoke what? And then they're like, oh. And then finally you learn that they're a pothead, and you get that like, oh, fuck feeling. We need to have that with everybody. We shouldn't be worried about the stigma behind it. we got to drop that ourselves. You know, that's an anxiety we got to get over first. Then other people will get over it. If we become open and comfortable, you know, everybody else is going to be open and comfortable. If we're sitting here and we're going, oh shit, you know, it seems shady and it seems sketchy and it seems weird, and you know, we just breaking the stigma and getting the knowledge out and showing that potheads have hearts, not just pockets, and we're not going out trying to make patients victims of our money schemes. You know, that's not what I want to do personally. If that's what you want to do, that's on you. But I have a conscience that wouldn't allow me to do that. So that's a little bit about the motivation behind why I started Twin Cities THC. The drive behind it is pretty simple. It's just I want to help people. I want to be able to open my arms to everybody and just try to make a new road that's there. You know, just got to pave it. Just got to repave a road and help people drop their guards. And then eventually, you know, like be a patient first, people first kind of situation where, you know, you pay what I pay. That's what I do with my friends now. I don't make any money off of my friends ever. I charge them what I get charged. If they need me to float them a bag of weed, it's here you go. And I think that kind of atmosphere needs to stay in the cannabis community, where we're doing things for each other just out of pure heart, pure intent, not some mastermind plan to rule the world, to rule the cannabis kingdom. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's good for the environment, and I don't think that's good for anybody. So that's that. That's my idea. That's what I like for Twin Cities THC. That's what I got plans in my head that I don't want to share of where I want to go and what I want to do and how I plan on getting there. But, you know, just so you guys know, so everybody on my fan page, everybody on the page, fan page, everybody on the page knows what I'm about and why I'm doing this. So there's that. Sorry I ramble a lot. I hope everything kind of made sense. Smoking and talking usually doesn't do that well, but let's finish this bowl.